Hello and welcome to Postcards 59. I've got a small number of cards to show you. The two themes are countries, outdoor views, not quite all countryside, and multiple photographs on individual cards. So it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, and I'm losing my voice already. Now, this is very old. Not the card, you idiot. This is from Redruth in Cornwall, and it is a card. It says Carnbury. Whether in fact that is where it is, I don't know, or what it is. And this is a photograph by Pete Barr. I'm sure you'll agree with me that it's worth seeing. No, I will not quote what Dr. Johnson said about the Giant's Causeway. So there's the first outdoor one. The second is the River Derwent. That's perfectly charming, isn't it? In Borrowdale. I have a friend, Graham Borrowdale, and when he went there and they booked into the hotel, the receptionist said, "Oh yes, everyone that comes here is called Borrowdale." This is a Wright Pictures. I haven't heard of Wright, and it's a picture by Tom Wright, so he's named it not inappropriately after himself. I think that's fair enough. That's the River Derwent, as I say. So there you go. Now, I need your help here. Sunset over the water meadows. But where is this? It's a Blue Stevens card. And it's a photograph by Blue Stevens. But I've absolutely no idea. You'd have to go to www.bluestevens, all one word, Stevens with a V.com. And that might bring you a step closer to knowing where this is. It's either a sunrise or a sunset. I think it's a sunset. A river that's acting like a mirror. Trees stripped of their leaves. And a backdrop of some foliage. And mist, I suppose. Let me show you again. It's rather pleasing, isn't it? There. I'm moving the postcard because I don't want that blue dot to appear. And when it appears, it's there. It's just disappeared. You can see that it's not too far away. It should be in focus. There we are. Now here's the last of the outdoor views. Whoops. The last of the outdoor views. And I'm not going to ask you to guess where this is originally taken. I think it's a painting. It's Stormy Day at Brighton in 1905, and it's an oil painting on canvas from the Royal Pavilion, Libraries and Museums, Brighton and Hove. Sent to me by my friend Dave Prees, one of my oldest and dearest friends. It appears to be a couple who are sheltering from the tempest coming down, as much with their stance as with their headgear. And there's a promontory sticking out across the beach. And quite frankly, if I was them, I wouldn't be going that way. I'd be going inland. I think they are tempting fate, but what do I know? There we are. This is by Charles Conder. His dates, we hopefully learn, are 1869 to 1909. So yeah, he died at 40. And this is a stormy day in Brighton. Now here's one of the multiple photographs on the cards, which I mentioned. This is Grotesques of Winchester. I actually thought this was Grotesque of Oxford. I put that on the little intro, which I write, but it isn't. If you want a copy of this, you have to go to www.atmosphere.co.uk, and this is part of the Images of England collection. And these are all photographs by Simon Newman. And you can see that they have spaced them in the way that the blue background is alternating with the just stone. Now, do you think, would you prefer individual cards, which possibly would also be available? Don't want to raise expectations, but probably it would also be available. Or do you think having 6 or even 9, as there is here, photos is better? In this case, you don't have to look too closely to learn what they are. So I think the 9 it can be accommodated. And these were in Winchester, which is very near to where I live. This is a much older card. It's 5 views. I'll read it to you. This is Greetings from Minehead. So that's west of England. View from Camp Hill, North Walk. View from North Hill and the Quay. The reproduction of quality is perhaps not of the highest, but I still love it very much. And it's a Frith card, and Frith still exists, I think. And it's printed, it says on the back, in England. And F. Frith and Co. Limited are from Reigate. And this is a Minehead card. I have been to Minehead, but it wasn't recently. And there you are. Now, lamps. Of all the cards I'm showing you today, I was almost on the verge of not showing you this one because it's not too special, but you know, you might think differently than I do. These are the lamps of Winchester. I showed you the gargoyles of Winchester. Here are the lamps. And once again, it's www.atmosphere.co.uk. So if you want a copy of this card, or you want more information about it, and you can hold it up the right way and hold it still, I can do neither, that's the way to do it. And you can, it's a photograph by Simon Newman. I'll even give you the telephone number, 01326 240 180. And there's Simon's card. There's 16 lamps on it. There we are. Now this is the first of the cards which I really think has been spoiled. It's not really even to go in my album. The reason it's loose is because it doesn't. This is of Odium, where I used to live. Farmland, which may even have been owned by my cousin John, I'm not sure. There. There. And in the middle, the church and King John Castle and the High Street with some trees in bloom, and the Canal Walk, which they appear to have made the best of. I'm sure you'll agree with me that it's a lovely picture, but I think if you took out the church, no disrespect to the church, then what we would enjoy would be 4 pictures rather than 5. It would be less cluttered, and we could concentrate on what we have. There we are. This is something slightly different because it's out of area for me. It's Farnborough. It's quite, all the photographs seem a bit distant. I think the photographer should have, with the exception possibly of this one here, should have got a bit closer to the subject matter. Clockwise, the hub, Iveley Roundabout, St Michael's Abbey, and Airship Hangar. Well, there we are. St Michael's Abbey, I would have to look that one up. I've never been there. That would be very interesting to look around it. Heaven knows how old it is. I suppose it has what's called, it's a phrase I never care for, Gothic splendour. Yes, there you are. I'll have to do some research into that abbey and perhaps go there. And last, Heysham, which is near Morecambe in Lancashire, I think. St Patrick's Chapel, the main street, St Peter's Church, and the village square. And this is a heritage card. Heritage cards and souvenirs, it says. So once again, you'll have to Google that if you want a copy of it. But it's only 4 as opposed to 5 or 16 photographs, and I like them all. St Patrick's Chapel is obviously uninhabited now. There's a building, perhaps there's little more than the wall. And perhaps what do you think that is going up the side? It could be a chimney, but it's more likely just to be part of the church which remains, the little that they have left. And St Peter's Church, where my hand is, except I moved it there. That's quite charming. And it's on the coast. I don't know whether to describe it as seaside. I have been to Heysham, but it was a long time ago, and I can't really remember anything about it. Yes, I like it. And this is a Heritage and Souvenir Limited card. Well, this has been a quick one. This has been Postcards 59. Please like and subscribe. Goodbye.